Okay, so as you're finishing putting all the meat into the bag, you hear the floorboards creak outside. It sounds like someone might be coming through the door pretty soon. But again, you're invisible, so that's a partial concern.
All right.
So, okay.
I'm going to try to move to the side to be out of the way with all the meat.
Okay, so as you walk over, she walks through the door and approaches the campfire or the fireplace, and she pulls a large skewer off of the fireplace, and she gets a plate from over here, and she pulls a big skewer off the fireplace, and she's using a pair of tongs to push a few big chunks of meat off of basically a large shish kebab kind of thing. And then she goes to the other side where there's a pot with some boiled potatoes, and she scoops a few of them out and kind of chops them up with a spoon and puts them on the plate. Roll me a stealth check.
All right.
That's you.
With the sound effect and everything. Thanks, Tom.
Yes.
Okay, so you're standing there and you're just kind of watching her through the room. Were you planning on doing anything else kind of while she was doing that stuff, or were you just watching her? Or?
I was just watching her.
You were just watching, standing still. All right, so you just, I guess, like when she scoops some of the meat off the skewer, something hits your nose and just causes you to sneeze, and you knock a pot off of the shelf right next to you, and it lands on the floor. And she spins around with this plate in her hand, and she sees the pot on the ground, and she doesn't see anything there. And she sets the plate down. She kind of walks over this way to pick the pot up and put it back on the thing. Oh, by the way, I didn't tell you, but there's also a door where you're next to where you're standing that's open. Your vision from standing there, it leads into sort of a storeroom.
Okay, so she picks up the pot.
She's on the way to do that. Yes.
On her way to pick up the pot, she doesn't say anything to me.
No, you're still invisible. You're
invisible.
She just heard a pot fall off of the.
Yeah.
Probably just thought it was the rats again.
Yeah, she's got an expression on her face that's like very suspicious and like confused, sort of. Not necessarily suspicious, more confused than anything. But she's walking over to pick up the pot.
I am going to use. All right, Nieven's doing it. Nieven's doing it. He is.
What? There's a door right there, by the way. That's open. But what's Nieven doing?
Stabbing the barkeep.
He's gonna seduce her.
He's gonna be invisible and seduce the bar wench.
That's it.
Wait, what is Nieven doing?
Nieven is using intimidation.
What?
He's gonna.
You gonna be a ghost?
And he's gonna be a ghost. He's gonna be a deity. He is using intimidation. He is dropping down this card to give him inspiration. So he is rolling advantage on this.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you have the one last extinct inspiration card because I changed that system today. But all right, cool. Yeah, roll it with advantage. Do it.
You dick.
Oh shit! 10 out of 12. That's not super.
I get +7, +1, so I get a 20 on this roll.
Okay.
Intimidation, and I'm saying halt. Don't make another move and don't say another word. What have you been doing here? And what have you been feeding these people? Do not raise your voice and do not draw attention.
And she freezes in place.
Woo!
Inspiration point.
And she tells you where you could shove it.
You sound awfully bitchy for a god.
You do not.
Beauty god.
-1 to hers.
How
Okay.
many fucking inspiration things are you using for this?
This is happening.
Oh my god. This would be. It would be.
Oh
No,
my goodness.
not my god.
Yeah, clearly not a god.
Okay.
It would be less screwed up if I just breathed acid at Leif at this point.
All right. So what she does is she spits on the ground, like on your foot, and she doesn't realize it because you're invisible. But she spits on your foot, out of just a lucky shot, and she picks up the pot and she slams it back on the counter, and she says, "You damn ghost! You don't scare me one bit!" And then she walks back over here and she picks up the plate, and then she fucking storms out of the kitchen and heads over towards Nieven. Or heads over towards Berwin.